Welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. And we'll go straight to another news that involve in the, I would say it's part of the environmental protection kinda, because this is actually about 100 years old rosewood tree that is actually located in I would say pretty safe area. A lot of people would think it's pretty safe there because it's in the Royal Air Force Base. But it's not safe. The people just saw in the morning that the 100 years old tree has been cut down and in two pieces, and it's actually, I would say, caused a lot of impact to a lot of local people because they have been seeing this tree since they were kids. They said it's this tree just a symbol even of this little หมู่บ้าน the local even said that actually a night before they found this tree in pieces, they saw a guy wearing some kind of local official uniform taking pictures of the tree. So they all assume that this is actually just another official doing some kind of assessment or some kind of inspection. Then now they believe that there is some kind of relation to whoever sneak into the Air Force Base and cut down this tree. This happened in the municipality of Ubon Ratchathani province. This is pretty daring, I would say.
Of course,
it's really
under the nose.
It's under the nose of the Royal Thai Air Force, and they said this big of tree is actually about 1 meter wide, and it's about 100 years old. It can be at the market value of $1 million if they're able to just sneak it out of the country and sell it to whoever that want this.
I think sometimes people think of the short-term benefit more than the long-term. I mean, it took them 100 years to actually be able to grow this particular rosewood tree instead of just cut it down like that.
And like I said, that it actually has a lot of impact to a lot of locals because there is also a shrine set at that particular tree, and actually local people has been helping taking care and nurture that particular tree for their lifetime.
Right. Obviously, this is very, very sad indeed. Now, to another sad news related to the environment as well. It seems like there are a lot of hunters out there. Obviously, we have a lot of luscious forests around, the country. However, there seems to be a lot of wild animals as well, and somehow it becomes one of the best commodity for a lot of people. Some of the hunters actually disguise themselves as just yam farmers or potato farmers. But in their spare time or the time when nobody else actually know what they were doing, they actually went out hunting and then obviously killing a lot of wild animals. And of course, there has been a report yesterday saying that they're actually able to arrest 4 of the hunters altogether in Krabi province. Now, this actually, the 4 including คุณพิรมรองรัตน์ จักรีบุญญานุเดช คุณเจริญคิดชอบ as well as วิชาญชัยศรีรักษ์. Now the police were actually able to arrest all of them. These are all from Surathani province, and they said that when they arrived at the scene, they found several of the obviously corpses of wild animals as well as equipments in terms of trying to hunt them down as well as rifles and guns and such. Now they say that the police has been on the high alert ever since there has been incident in the Hoi Kha Kheng National Park in Uthai Thani province where the police the rangers are trying to arrest some of the hunters around the area, and they ended up into a gunfight. One of the culprits were believed to be injured. However, the rest actually ran away. And at this point, the police said that one of the rangers was hurt as well, but no one got killed. And they already knew who are these people. So hopefully they will be able to arrest these hunters soon. But as in Krabi province, it is already been done in terms of the arrest. So,
okay.
you know, at this point, less hunters, but obviously the rangers are keeping close eyes because it seems like it surfaced quite a bit at this time of year. I'm not sure why.
How is it fun that just chasing
Well,
and
I
killing
think that
that
is
alive?
Well, you know, it becomes like rare commodities that probably sells a lot than, you know, chicken meat. It's sad, but it's true. All right.
Move on to another news. It sounds like it's related, but it's from different side of viewpoint. Yesterday, actually, there was some kind of protest in Ayutthaya province by the Mahouts or the elephant handlers, to be more specific. The person that came out and gave interview to the media is actually the chairman of Prakochaban Foundation, Mr. Lai Thongrien Mipan. He also came out with 4 or 5 elephants and other elephant handlers just to show opposition to the government that will push out the new law about the registration or documentation of all these elephants.
Right.
Because like a lot of people heard that Thailand actually has an agreement with CITES to be more careful and to just do something about the documentation of all these domesticated elephants.
Right.
So Thailand is about to push out the laws to make it even more strict about these domesticated elephants, and these handlers actually feel like this is just going to give the Department of National Parks, Wildlife and Plant Conservation more right to just confiscate their elephants, because right now these elephants these domesticated elephants actually are under the Department of Provincial Administration, but it's going to be transferred to the National Wildlife in the new law.
And
so they said
didn't think that the authorities have the expertise.
they think this is not for best interest in their career or in their occupation. They said the transfer to be under the Department of National Park, Wildlife and Plant Conservation will dampen this, they would say, cultural occupation.
Okay.
Because it's about just put elephants to work. But I would personally, I think keep them documented probably a better idea, because we heard often enough that the elephants not belong to the street, and we saw them often enough stray in the street of Bangkok, which is actually illegal, and people do trade elephants, which is actually illegal. And it's not cheap, it's actually expensive,
of
all
course.
these elephants.
Right, and I think this hopefully, if the bill has passed, we might be able to solve the fact that elephants walked in town and such. But obviously, these people probably are more concerned in terms of the regulations and such. But I think better to have.
They said this is also for the well-being of the animal, because each elephants have their own close relationship with their handlers, specific ones.
Which is fine. Like if registered legally, I'm pretty sure
I
that
think
would be fine.
They take good care of all these elephants, there shouldn't be any problem.
Right.
But I guess it will make it easier for the authority to take care of the problem as soon as they see there is some abuse or some cruelty to the animal.
Exactly. So hopefully it will be good, because we don't want to see a protest, because I believe they say that they're going to bringing in, 3,000 elephants or such into Bangkok in terms of protesting in the government house.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't want to see that. That's a lot of elephants.
That's what they're threatening though. That would be fun. Actually, in a little related news, yesterday we heard the report of there was a body of it's
a corpse, right.
of an elephant found in the jungle in Leh province, and authority already checked it out. It's actually about 4 or 5 years old female elephant that one of the legs stuck in between the rocks.
So wild
along
elephants,
the wild
right.
elephant along with the water stream in the jungle. So they believe they were just
flooded.
flooded
drowned.
away when they try to cross the waterfall. And they
So-
said this is like the fourth one.
Oh.
The fourth one in 3 years. So this is quite often already. So
Right.
they are considering building some kind of fence to make sure that will help the elephant to be flood away a little more difficult.
Well, probably to prevent them from
Yeah, but because this
flowing
is the small
with the
one.
flood.
This is like
Right.
4 or 5 years old. Small one of elephant is 200 kilograms.
Right. All right. Since Kun Tulip talks about the flood and such, obviously, if you haven't noticed, there's flooding everywhere at this time of year, monsoon season. Now, apparently, there has been a report already over 15 provinces that were flooded. At this point, there are several places. I'm just gonna go through them. Now, they say that in Pratchinburi, it is quite a little bit of a concern because in one of the prison in Kabinburi, district, actually they have to remove all the inmates due to the flood, 734 of them altogether, and they say that it seems like in Pratchinburi province they have seen quite a bit of a flood due to flash flood that coming in from Nadi district, as well as the water that coming from Chacheongseao province and Sakeo province that seems to be flood right down to the Pratchinburi province, and a lot of the markets were actually destroyed. Now, according to the provincial governor of Pratchinburi, they say that the amount of water is actually the rainfalls is the most in the past 20 years. So this is a record high. And in Sakeo province, they also have seen quite a bit of a water, especially flash flood as well. Nong Wang bridge actually it was cut off. So at this point, they have to use the Bering Bridge to cross across the two different villages. In Ang Thong province, they also seen a lot of incident, especially one quite disturbing incident where the frog farms was flooded away. So we're talking about 9,000 frogs flooding out of the area. So that's quite disturbing for me anyway to even think about it. And they say that in Pathum Thani province, they're also seen a lot of flood, especially in Phra Nakhonศรีอยุธยา province. Now we know Phra Nakhonศรีอยุธยา, Chao Phraya River is situated there, but there are also Pasak River, Lopburi River, and Noi River that actually merged into the area as well. So at this point, they are quite concerned. Kun Paw Prasop Suratsawadi, the Deputy Prime Minister, also went into the area along with the irrigation department to actually just ride along Nonthaburi, Pathum Thani, Phra Nakhonศรีอยุธยา, and Ang Thong just to see the situation around there. He believed that they probably will be able to handle the flood, but how much that we will have to wait and see. However, in Kamphaeng Phet province, it seems like in Kamphaeng Phet, Sukhothai, as well as Phetchabun suffer quite a bit in terms of agricultural sector, because in Kamphaeng Phet and Sukhothai, there has been reports of rice farmers that have to harvest their rice a little bit earlier than they supposed to. So at this point, they say that it's better than having all their crops flooded. So they actually have to harvest them a little earlier, but that's going to mean that the quality is not going to meet the rice pledging scheme, and that's going to mean a lot of
That would be more
exactly.
difficult.
They're probably going to lose a lot of money from that as well. Now in Phetchabun province, there also been a report of the farm, the cockfighting farms, as well as
the fighting cock.
Yeah, the dairy farm that actually has been flooded, and they say that over 1,000 of the fighting cocks were just flooded away and died.
Oh.
Yeah, and 40 of the cows were actually just flooded away as well. So it's quite bad in terms of flash flood in the Chondan district.
Okay.
So yeah, they lost a lot of money from that. And obviously at this point, in Nakhon Sawan, Mae Wong area, the mountain range, there also been seen some flood as well. At this point, the authority are trying their best to actually take the water out as using several of the pumping machine to pump water out. But as I said, all in all, at this point, the meteorological department has come out and warned that all the fishermen not to go out at sea at all, and plus there has been a report of situation in Hong Kong not looking very good either because the depression.
Unagi,
Unagi.
depression.
Exactly. So at this point, just be very, very careful where you would like to go, and maybe perhaps do a little bit more research into the place you would like to visit.
Talking about flooded away, yesterday there was a report that a crocodile farm in Sisakate
Just to
add to it, if you think 9,000 frogs sound pretty scary, hear this: 30 crocodiles flooded away in Sisakate province, and authority able to capture only 6 of them.
Right.
So
if you're in the area,
and you see
stay
crocodiles,
away.
just call somebody.
Exactly.
There is about 20-something crocodiles swimming around in Sisakate province.
All right. So we're going to take a short break with that crocodile news. And of course, we're going to come back talking a little bit more about politics, because obviously the budget bill is in place. A lot of talk, here and there. So please stay tuned.